back to the HaneyBiz Project with host Mark Haney.
Welcome back to the HaneyBiz Project, brought to you courtesy of Sun System Technology. I'm Mark Haney, and I am joined today by Luke Smith, the man who built the #1 new car sales and service company in the region, Audi Rocklin. What's going on, Luke?
Another good day, man. How are you?
I'm doing great. You had to go a long way to get over here, huh?
It was a bit of a walk. Yeah, that's about it.
So for those of you that don't know, we are now broadcasting from the HaneyBiz offices inside the Allegiant Giving Center. We're up in my office. We call it Mark Tank, and it's right across the street from Audi Rocklin. So a walk over. And so you made it over here. Thanks for coming out and joining us, because we know that your wife just had a baby.
She did. Yeah, she did.
That was. How are you feeling right now? You look tired. Are you a little tired?
I'm trying to hold it together, but it's a lot of work.
And these mics, you got to speak right into them here too. But now, okay, so it's a lot of work for her. Obviously, you had to do some heavy lifting as well.
Yeah, you can't say anything to that. Yeah, no, I don't know how women do it.
Yeah, no doubt. We'll talk about that a little more later as there's time, but I want to talk to you about Audi Rocklin. You're building businesses. Today's show is about building businesses. It's about growing sales. Give us an overview of Audi Rocklin.
Man, right now we're the #1 Audi dealership in the Sacramento area, the Sacramento actually as a whole. There's a judging system for Audi USA called Magna Society. So right now we are the leader in the nation when it comes to being a Magna Society dealer. So We're doing well. We're
very nice. And you guys have been open how long now?
We're
on
just
Granite
now
Drive?
a year.
1 year anniversary. Congratulations. We're here on Toy Row, so there's a number of car dealerships here on Granite Drive. But what makes your business so successful? I mean, you've grown tremendously, and you're #1 already. How did that happen?
Hard work. There's no denying it.
You don't take days off, do you?
Very
I guess
few.
if your wife has a
Very
baby, you got to
few.
take a couple days off.
Had to take a couple days. They're worth it. No, it's hard work, and it's the people. Really, it's really about the people. It's no one person or one entity takes credit for it. It's a team.
But growing businesses, you've grown car dealerships before. Is this a new team, or is this a team that you brought with you from the past?
Brand new team from up here.
And what is different about this team?
You know, it's when you start together, it seems as more a camaraderie, I guess you should say. Everybody's in it together. Everybody starts from the beginning, so it's a real common goal to keep fighting for #1, opposed to just adding people to the team. You know, it was the core group of people from day one working together.
Yeah, start with the right people at the beginning is important. Now, when you walk into Audi Rocklin, it's a different kind of experience. Beyond the team, it's a different type of experience. Describe that experience for us.
You know, you're going to find that it's just a simple, easy conversation with whether it be with a salesperson, a service advisor, a parts counter person, to anybody you speak with at the dealership. You know, that's our goal. It doesn't have to be anything else other than an easy go, happy visit. That's how it should be when you're going to a place like that, and that's what we encourage.
Why do you think that people have this somewhat stereotypical, negative, image in their minds about car sales?
Well, it's easy. About 25 years ago, you had to see what the business was like.
Yeah. It's changed, though, hasn't it?
Well, it has. Absolutely. You know, it's a different era nowadays. It's an information era. So you could go get an Audi anywhere. You could look online. You could do anything. You can use your phone.
Yeah.
But what makes a difference nowadays is the people, right? You buy a car from a person. So, again, it all starts with a simple, easy conversation.
And that conversation and that way of dealing with people, that starts, with the leader of the organization. How would you describe your leadership style?
You know, I ensure that everybody still has a good time. You got to have fun. If your people and your employees love what they do, love who they work for, and actually care about the customers, it translates down real easy. But you just gotta have a little fun with people. You know, you gotta make it a good place to be. You have to want to come to work.
How much of your focus is on sales? Because we think about, the allocation of resources is the most important decision that we as leaders make. And how much of your focus is on the sales aspect of the business?
Well, I think except for the paperwork, I think everything is sales, right? So, I mean, 95%, it's you walk into the service drive, you have to be comfortable with handing over your keys to the service advisor. That's a sale. A sale is being comfortable with somebody you're doing business with, however it may be. So our focus is making customers comfortable from day one. So I would say, 95% of it.
If they have that experience, guess what? It turns into revenue at some point, even if it's not at that moment. Maybe it's the next time they come through. They're looking for that next vehicle.
There's two types of salespeople, I guess you should say. It kind of goes back to what you said earlier about the used car salesperson. There's a person that's just in it for the quick sale, and there's a person who's in it for the relationship. If you try to harvest a relationship with people, it comes back in the long run, right? It's not about that right there or that deal right there. It's about the 10th transaction. That's our goal.
Now, can you train that in a salesperson or in a parts manager, or is that found out in the interview process whether he or she is that type of person?
We talk about this. You can't train. There's things that don't take any talent. Showing up on time doesn't take any talent. Having a good attitude doesn't take any talent. Things like that don't take any skill. And you could pass all those with an interview, but I think it's more of a community that trains that. It's not just a one-on-one training session. Here's a script how to be nice to people. It's an environment you work in, and people who aren't going to be good eggs, move them along.
How important is the product you're selling?
Well, it helps having a great product too. Yeah.
You got Audi. Come on, man.
Having a great product.
Do you really have to sell anything?
You just got to sell
the
yourselves.
cars kind of, they sell themselves, but obviously you guys have made a difference in becoming number one. But your products, I mean, my wife's got 2 Audis. We bought a number of cars from you in your Bay Area offices and so on. But, I mean, your products are great.
Thank you. I can't take credit because I didn't build them.
So what's the hottest thing out there? My wife's got, I think, a Q7 and a S3. What's hot right now? Is there anything eco-friendly or anything that's the fastest car on the market or anything?
Well, fastest car, we have the R8, of course. So we got a couple of new little cool sports cars that came out. But the Q7 is by far and away the most impressive thing we have. I mean, I can't believe how popular it still is. I mean,
that's the SUV.
That's the SUV.
That's for, that replaces the minivan, right? That's the soccer mom vehicle?
It's the soccer mom, but have fun with it. Yeah, exactly.
I see.
Exactly.
So thinking of, so really, who buys Audis these days? Is this a business guy? Is it a more affluent buyer? Where do these things start, and where do they end price-wise? And who should be driving an Audi?
Well, first of all, everybody should be driving an Audi. So let's get that out of the way. The second thing is you don't want to stereotype anybody, right? So everybody should be driving an Audi, and they could be driving an Audi. We have certified premium vehicles that start in the low to mid-20s, all the way to vehicles that are over $200,000. So we have a vehicle for just about every single person out there.
And we talk on this show sometimes about finding your passion, doing what we love. And if you're not doing what you love, it ain't worth doing. So you work virtually every day, right? You work like 29 days out of the month. You must love what you do. Why?
Yeah, I do. It's a new challenge every single day. It's like yourself. You're not just sitting in an office. You're running around a lot.
Yeah.
It's fun to watch the customer that walks in with that, like you said earlier, used car mentality.
Yeah.
And that guard up, and then watch them leave, give everybody a hug. That's very satisfying.
Yeah.
It's also fun to watch your employees grow. To be able to help your employee improve their life, do better for themselves, make something more of themselves is pretty exciting. It's a pretty special thing to watch.
And I often think about why I do it, right? I'm still cranking, you're cranking. I'm not cranking quite as hard as you, but pretty hard. And think about why. Why is that? And I got to ask you, Luke, I mean, why do you put in the 29 days a month, all those hours? What's your big why?
It's funny. I talk about it in the sales meetings all the time. I always tell salespeople, you got to find your why. I don't know if I don't have an exact why, or if I have an exact why. I have a why not, and that's just I'm not afraid of failure, but I want to see how far I could go, is what it is. And I don't think I've gone far enough.
Sometimes I think to myself when it's a situation where I'm trying to think of, when somebody asks me like, I don't know what my why is, I say, what comes to mind when you think about who you might take a bullet for, or what you might take a bullet for, and what image pops into your mind?
Well, it's my wife and now my new baby, of course.
Yeah.
The image of what the bullet's gonna be like, or what do you mean?
The image of why you might be doing that. Who would you do that for? Is there a cause? You know, Marcus took a bullet fighting for our country. It was his why at that moment, and we all have something that makes us carry on and do that 29th day in a row. And in my mind, that's what makes us different. There's some guys that don't have that why yet. They haven't quite determined it. I know you have that, or you wouldn't be doing the 29 days in a row.
And it's kind of like Marcus, I'm sure, with the military. You know, it's a family. You know, I really do it for family. You know, myself, my wife. It's an ethic I've always had. It's a drive to do what I can to help, you know, everybody that's close to me. Yeah. So I mean, that's as close as I can think of a solid why. Yeah. And there's so many of them. Yes. You know, but as far as being personal, that would be it.
One big why. Maybe it's not just one big why. I know you care about that family, and we want to give you congratulations on the success of Audi Rocklin. Obviously, congratulations on the new baby, and welcome to Rocklin. It's great to have you here. I know you're integrating yourself into the community, into Sacramento, into South Placer. You even bought a house through Haney Garcia Realty, which we appreciate. And when we return, we're going to meet a man who is helping so many innovative companies grow their business right here in our region. Get ready to meet the guru of clean tech entrepreneurship, the founder and CEO of Clean Start, Gary Simon. Join the revolution at HaneyBiz.com, courtesy of Audi Rocklin. This is the HaneyBiz Project.